is sponsored by Hungryroot. Sponsors like Hungryroot help me so that I'm able to create this content for you all. So stay tuned to hear all about Hungryroot and why I love them as much as I do. So there was a video that was released from Justin Baldoni where he is showing the raw footage from It Ends With Us that honestly doesn't help Blake Lively's case out at all. I'm not only going to talk about that in today's video, but we're going to be reacting to this raw footage, and I'm very curious what you all think about it. Now, we already know that there has been allegations that she made against Justin Baldoni that were already disproven with text messages. Some of those allegations she made against him was that he was walking in on her while she was nursing, but then he released a text message showing that she said, "Feel free to come in." And so it's starting to look like we got a bit of a mean girl bully situation where honestly, I really don't know what she was thinking filing this lawsuit against him, because he is coming with the receipts and things to back up what he's been saying this entire time. Now, I'm going to have a playlist linked down below for you if you didn't see all of the It Ends With Us drama, because I feel like it's kind of like it's the buildup before this lawsuit situation, and knowing the backstory of it, I feel is very important. There was just a lot going on. Okay, and honestly, there's still a lot going on. As somebody who really liked Blake Lively, this stuff to me is just really upsetting, to say the least. Now, I know that there are some people that are on Blake Lively's side of things, but I feel that Justin Baldoni's receipts are really backing up everything that he's saying. And so this is just, some people are even comparing her to Amber Heard. Do with that what you will. So we're going to be reacting to this raw footage that was just released, and I'm so curious what you all have to say about it. But before we get into that, let me tell you a little bit about this video's sponsor, which is Hungryroot. Hungryroot is a grocery delivery service unlike any other. It is amazing. It has saved me so much time. Meal prepping and cooking can be a huge hassle in our everyday lives. We have so much going on. I know that I do. I am a working mom. I work from home, and sometimes the hardest part of my day, it's not even the working. It's not even the mom part of it. It's the meal prepping and the cooking meals 3 times a day. It can take a lot of time out of your day from doing what you love just by figuring out what you're going to eat and preparing that thing. Hungryroot is amazing because you get on their website and you can pick out what foods you want them to send you and what meals you would like to have for that week. Hungryroot makes it so easy to eat healthy because they send you high quality groceries and ingredients directly to your door that help meal prepping and planning your meals so much easier. It has been the most time-saving thing I've done in a minute. I've had dinners done like this. The other day I made this amazing street corn bowl. I swear to you, it tasted like I got it from a restaurant, and like a good restaurant. It was that good. I'm not even exaggerating. Every single meal that I have had has been amazing. When you get Hungryroot, you are going to be pleased. It tastes delicious. My husband's been loving it. My toddler, who's getting into his picky stage of eating, has liked every single thing that we've made. Some of these meals that I've made have only taken me 5 to 10 minutes. Do you realize how much time that is cutting out of making a meal? You can even input on there how much time that you want to be spending cooking. On Hungryroot, you can actually get on there and give them your dietary restrictions, favorite foods, and personal health goals. And this has been amazing for me because my son has a lot of allergies. You can actually get on there and pick out meals that cater to those needs that you have. So if you have any food restrictions or allergies or anything like that, I highly recommend Hungryroot for that. If you're a working mom, I'm telling you, this is what you need. I would not lead you astray. They got produce, they got healthy snack options, they got sweets, high quality meats and seafood, they got it all. Ooh, this is cream cheese. They also have vitamins and supplements. So just check my link or scan the QR code on the screen. The first 100 people to use my code Kyeluh will get 40% off your first grocery order with Hungryroot. You can do this by scanning the QR code that you see on the screen, or you can check the link in my description and use the code Kyeluh for 40% off at checkout. I'm gonna get in there and use my code. You don't wanna miss out on it. It is delicious and you will be thanking me later, trust me. Thank you so much to Hungryroot for sponsoring today's video, and let's go ahead and get into it. A little bit of a backstory, okay? So in Blake Lively's lawsuit, she was saying that Justin Baldoni her and made her uncomfortable. She said that they were filming a scene and that he told her that she smelled good, and she said that it was a okay, like she's coming for him for things like this, right? So Justin Baldoni is like, you know what, if you're gonna say that I you, I am going to release the raw footage of that exact moment. Okay, so what's going on here is that this is like a scene that is going to be slowed down and muted. And what Blake is saying, that I feel like we should be talking in this scene because it's more romantic to see, you know, the two of us in this scene talking, which, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with that, but that's besides the point. This is another one of those moments where they're kind of in a disagreement, where Justin Baldoni is the director of this movie and she's telling him, no, we need to be talking in this scene. So this also kind of backs up what they've all been saying, that she was difficult on set in the sense that she took over. Like, she tried to take over the process, and the director is supposed to kind of be like, not like above everybody, but you're supposed to listen to the director. Like, he's directing you on what to do, but Blake kind of got the upper hand and took over. And I feel like even in this scene, we're seeing that, where she's directing the director. She's like, no, I feel like we need to be talking in this because it's more romantic.
We'll never know.
Oh my gosh, we don't shut up.
Emily and I have we have these moments where
Staring. You just stare.
Literally, we've done it for like 5 minutes. it's like, I think you would find it terrifying. We just literally hear each other and like
I
time.
found a sociopath.
I think she threw a little bit of shade in that moment when she was like, if her and another guy were just staring at each other, she'd be like, oh no, I found a sociopath. And I'm just like, I mean, that's a bit of a reach. I don't feel like you always have to be talking. That's fine. That's a personal preference thing. Some people are saying that they can see their chemistry here and it feels like there's some tension. But I just feel like my personal take on that is, I mean, I see what people are saying, but also they're acting. You know what I mean? Like, they're supposed to look like they're into each other here, right?
And like time stops.
Yeah.
But like, that's just how it's been for us from the beginning.
No, we're like, oh my god, there's not enough time.
Oh.
And they score again.
No.
Again.
It's like, oh my god, I forgot to tell you something else.
Oh, I think that's cute. You guys are really cute.
I think it's more than cute. Nosy.
I know. And my nose is so big.
Yes. I was hoping that we could address this. It's not too late. Just gotta shut down. We gotta call an insurance month and just deal with that. And
Yeah.
then
Cut.
just kidding.
No. I'm not getting beard on you today.
I'm probably getting spray tan on you.
It smells good.
Well, it's not that. It's my body makeup.
All right, cut. I think we got plenty.
Yes.
Slow motion.
So that last bit there is what Blake was talking about in this lawsuit that made her uncomfortable. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to speak for how she felt. And I don't care who gets mad at me for that. I don't know how she felt in that scene. You know, maybe she did genuinely feel uncomfortable because she was caught off guard with it. I don't know. I feel like it is a stretch. I'm not going to say she didn't feel uncomfortable. I mean, if you rewatch it and you watch her face after he says, you know, cut or whatever, I do kind of feel like I see something on her face. She probably was uncomfortable. I don't know. But also, all I see is somebody who's being a good actor. I don't see someone. I feel that it is a stretch. He's saying, I'm probably getting my beard on you, and she's saying, I'm probably getting my spray tan on you. He says that it smells good. She says that that made her uncomfortable, that he said that she smelled good. I'm not understanding this because they were just talking about their, you know, significant others together. And I mean, there was even a part where, you know, she kind of talks a little bit seductively and like under her breath a little bit to him. And I'm just not getting what she was getting out of the scene. I just see two people acting. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I see. Again, I'm not gonna, claim to know how she felt in that scene, but I'm not getting what she's trying to put out there. I feel like there is some weirdness going on. There is so much evidence to back up that Blake Lively is a mean girl. Interview after interview, I will play some of them for you right here, where even her co-stars on it ends with the...
What made it so easy to fall in love on screen?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, we didn't really talk about it.
You could tell her.
I mean, I could tell you it's...
You could say like really nice things.
I'm just
about
a really good actor, I'm a really good actor. Everything was really challenging with Blake.
He had a mirror. It was
Yeah.
weird. It was his
Yeah.
off camera was instead of
I find it way easier to look at myself when I'm acting.
us. He couldn't even think of something nice to say. There's interviews of her with Anna Kendrick, who I love so much, seems like the sweetest and funniest person, and even though things are being said in jokes, like you can tell it's not really a joke.
Several years ago, so I'd met Blake a few times through Ryan on that film.
Got it.
And thought she seemed nice, and little did I know.
Yeah. We got the body language experts analyzing this right now. How quickly do you...
Don't touch me. It was neck and neck, pitch perfect.
If
Into the
if
woods.
I
Last
were
I...
to open my cherub lungs,
boy.
she wouldn't have a career. So
The sacrifices she's made for me.
I really have.
Two of us. That's right.
So
Jealous?
That has to be bragging rights, I would assume, but...
Oh my gosh, I would literally like skin her body alive and step into it to be Cinderella. But I
literally?
would
That's
need
really
her voice.
hardcore.
It's a problem. I would like need her voice. I can't be a Disney princess ever.
Oh, Muffin, it's so hard being you.
Lord of the Rings, I think you're a little more hardcore in that realm, right? Lord of the Rings.
I don't know Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Nothing to apologize for.
She wins.
Star Wars?
Wait, but by the way, you've been like, oh, I think you're the bigger Potter fan. I think you're the bigger Disney fan.
Oh.
I think you're the bigger. So like, what? What about me over here?
You can present your own...
Don't
present-
fight. Because I'm the best at everything.
So offended.
What's your Jeopardy
Okay,
category?
fine. I'll just sing a quick Cinderella song.
What would your Jeopardy category be then? What's your expertise? I want to give equal opportunity.
Oh, I'm not an expert at anything. I know a couple things here and there.
There's this girl who, she did a TikTok, if you haven't seen it, where she was talking about her experience with Blake, like way back during like the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. And she said that Blake actually got her called into an office and yelled at and made her cry.
So I wanted to weigh in on the Blake Lively drama as someone that has worked with her and someone that's worked with directors in Hollywood for over 10 years. I worked at a talent agency and then a management company. And I specifically, at one time, actually worked with Blake Lively. So I want to color in what's going on here. For context, when I worked with Blake, it was one day she was doing press for Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. This was end of May, beginning of June 2005. She was doing press for Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants with 3 of the 4 girls. I don't remember who exactly was there, but it was Blake who was actually terrible and made me cry. As an intern, we were allowed on set, but and as someone who grew up on set, you don't speak on set. It is quiet on the set because obviously the people with the microphones need to be heard, right? So your job was to just fetch things that various people needed. That day, it was my job to hand out these little water bottles to anyone who needed them. As they were walking to set from their green room, I had to pass them in this extremely narrow hallway, literally necessitating me to go like this against a wall so they could get by. Obviously, they're the priority. They need to get to set. I don't speak to them because, again, being an intern and also just growing up in the industry, like, you're seen, not heard, right? When you're not talent, you just do what you have to do. Show concludes, and me and all the interns are then brought upstairs for an emergency intern meeting, and they proceed to yell at us for being unprofessional. Now, I'm very confused. I'm looking around. And I'm like, nobody was unprofessional that day, at least from what I had observed. And then they asked me to stay after the meeting. So now I'm really, now my red flags are going off, like, what happened? She, specifically Blake, alleged that I was unprofessional and treated her like a fan. I want to reiterate, I did not speak to her. I had no idea who she was. She hadn't done Gossip Girl yet. Like, this was her breakout thing. Didn't even know her name. So I get dressed down for, don't talk to talent, don't treat them like you're a fan. And I'm like, I literally, like, what? So I guess she went and complained that me specifically, of all the interns, treated her like a fan, and she was so uncomfortable.
there's just story after story from people coming out about how she's not very nice. And now she, you know, Taylor Swift, who I love, is named in this lawsuit, and of course she wants nothing to do with it. And I'm just gonna say, mark my words, I don't think we're gonna be seeing Blake and Taylor together. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like Taylor's not gonna like that she's being dragged into a lawsuit. Now, I guess that it's assumed that Blake was referring to herself as, well, she did refer to herself as Khaleesi, but it's assumed that in this she was referring to Taylor Swift as one of her dragons, like pretty much like, don't mess with me, I'm Khaleesi and my dragons are my husband and Taylor Swift. I mean, Taylor's not gonna have that she's being dragged into this. I don't think she's gonna like that at all. Like, she does not want to be in the mix of any sort of drama whatsoever. Again, I'm not gonna claim to know how she felt in that moment. That is for her to decide. What I saw was not something that I feel that someone should be thrown into a lawsuit over. Let me know what you all think down below. And this is just your quick reminder that if you would like to try out Hungryroot, you can scan the QR code on my screen or check the link in my description or pin comment. Head over to Hungryroot and use the code Kyeluh for 40% off your first order of groceries. This is for the first 100 people to sign up with my code. Check it out. Hungryroot has been amazing. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you soon for another one.